Hi guys, Lady Pelvic bringing you another episode for today. We're talking about Phoenix Wright, but before we do, you're probably wondering what's going on with my face. Well, I just bought a shit ton of lipsticks. Okay, by a shit ton of lipsticks, I mean 4. And I just want to try them all. So, for the next few videos, including this one, you're just gonna see me with a bunch of fucking lipsticks on and just fucking deal with it, okay? Alright. Bringing it back to the main point, I just completed Ace Attorney 5, aka Dual Destinies, for the Nintendo 3DS. And it's sadly a digital download only. Now, if you watched my Apologistics review, you would know that I played all the Phoenix Wright games. Well, the main ones, not really the spin-offs. And if you watched my top 15 hype games of 2016, you would know that Phoenix Wright 6 is there. I meant to do something awesome. Now note, when I go into this review, I'm really gonna hit hard on how this game differs from all the other games. Like, what's really brand spanking new about this fucking shiny ass game. And there's a lot. Also, stay tuned after the video, after I do my whole spiel of subscribe to me, love me, check out my Let's Play, bloop, 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 bloop. You should stick around because I will be going into a spoiler, completely spoiler, like all spoiler, little mini rant about certain things in this game that I really want to talk about, but I'm like, no, you shouldn't include it in the review because it's a spoiler-free reviews. If you have no objections, let's get started. Phoenix Wright 5 takes off with a beautiful animated cutscene during a trial, and suddenly, boom, kablam, a courtroom bombing happens. Things quickly take off, and in your first case, you're defending a young lady who's blamed for the courtroom bombing. And by you, I mean Athena Sykes, a green thumb 18-year-old lawyer, recently employed by the famous Phoenix Wright. As always, your first trial is pretty much a tutorial for those who are new to the series. In Dual Destinies, the justice system is enduring something called the Dark Age of Law. The Dark Age of Law started 7 years ago. Prosecutors began to bring up false charges, and the defense attorneys started to bring up false evidence. The truth no longer mattered. The only thing that mattered was winning. A quote that fits this game quite well is, "If the ends justify the means." It gave the game such a dark undertone, and I love a good dose of good and evil in my games. They took a game that's already about being a lawyer, which sounds kinda boring, and added even more depth to their characters by dragging them through dark times. The new prosecutor, Prosecutor Blackwell, is a great addition to Phoenix Wright's cast of colorful characters. Prosecutor Blackwell is a mysterious criminal samurai and is actively serving time in the slammer while still being a prosecutor. Surprisingly, I actually really enjoy Blackwell. His cold and standoffish attitude, and when he gets really pissed off, he snaps apart his chains. It's just all badass. In addition to this, he has a fine feathered friend, Taka, to help keep the courtroom on track, and by on track I mean in his favor. He also has some almighty powers of persuasion, which he constantly uses to sway the judge to do as he pleases. And let's not forget my favorite character, Detective Bobby Fulbright. Forget Detective Gumshoe. Bobby Fulbright is a true servant of justice and is always gathering evidence and information in hopes to bring forth true justice. Not only that, but he's Prosecutor Blackwell's personal handler. His theme music and his upbeat personality gave this game's jury moments life. The in-between cases of Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies, I admit, probably are the weakest. I hated the second case having to do with yokai and wrestling, such an odd combo. Not that they didn't make it work, but the characters and the overall plot just seemed meh. And the third case, which really harped on the Dark Age of Law and how it was impacting upcoming lawyers, judges, and prosecutor, was probably the best filler. And the last case, oh my goodness, it was awesome. It was amazing, it was left field, I did not see it coming. One of the biggest oh shit moments in Dual Destinies, hell, even in the Phoenix Wright series. And let's not forget the DLC case, where you defend a killer. Well, was it worth it? I mean, I enjoyed it, and I actually didn't know who committed the crime. Unlike most Phoenix Wright games, you could easily tell who the killer was because of their shady design or attitude. The gameplay I'm going to grace over and really focus on the new features. Along with the shiny new animation and voice acting, they improved the interface, like being able to go back and read previous conversations and not just testimonies. You also have a guide that reminds you where you should go or who you should present something to, and traveling to different locations is no longer time consuming. In the previous games, you had to travel from X to Y to Z, but now you can go straight from X to Z. Even the investigations are less time consuming. Now you primarily investigate the crime scene from different angles, rather than examining every single location. These features help the pacing of the game immensely, as one of the biggest flaws in the visual novels is the game can be quite dawdling. Cross-examinations have become extremely forgiving in this game. Too forgiving if you ask me. Examples being, rarely are you pressured with heavy penalties, or if you answer incorrectly too many times, you can consult Athena, and she'll tell you which statement to present evidence on. And sometimes the defendant is overwhelmed with some sort of emotion, and that's where the mood matrix comes in. Athena not only has the power to hear what's in people's hearts, but has a mini companion called Widget who can analyze people's emotions through the mood matrix and help decipher their testimony. You go through line by line looking for irregular emotions and pinpoint them. This is easy because you get as many chances as you want with no penalty. This function does feel a little bit gimmicky, just like Apollo's perception skill, but I actually enjoyed the visuals that came along with this new power. I like that it gives the players more visuals rather than text. You know what would be pretty cool in a Phoenix Wright game? Is if the prosecutor had some sort of gimmicky power that you had to defend against. Maybe they'll bring that in Phoenix Wright 6, seeing how the prosecutor is a spirit medium that sees into the defendant's memories. Anyways, the next biggest change in Dual Destinies is the graphics. Oh man, did they upgrade the graphics hardcore. They now have 3D models. I have to say, I'm still a bit partial to the 2D look, but the new models do look great, for the most part. However, the animation and the voice acting was awesome. It gives me hopes for the upcoming Phoenix Wright anime! And yes, you're damn right, I'll be all over that. As for the cast of characters, I don't know if it's just me and I'm hard to please, but there weren't many character breakdowns that wowed me. Like the final breakdown was probably the best one in my opinion, followed up by the DLC case. You know, I think out of all the Phoenix Wright games I've played, this probably has my least favorite versions of all the songs. Not because any of them are bad, I just miss the retro-ish sounding music. I don't know, I'm not a music major, so forgive my poor terminology. I mean, all the songs fit the scenario perfectly, I just enjoyed the previous Phoenix Wright soundtracks more. My favorite track would have to be, I know I mentioned it before, but man, this is just the most memorable track on the game. Bobby Fulbright's theme. Our secret word is justice. Every time this song comes on, you know you're in for some justice. No, but really it just fills the player with some goodness, you know? Like every time I listen to it, it just makes me smile and it just puts me in a good mood. And in a way, this song is quite misleading. Enjoy! Dual Destinies, it's a good game, you know. I don't think it's the greatest, but can anything really compare to the trilogy? I mean, come on. I'm gonna give this game an 8 out of 10. If I just never had to go through that yokai case again, that'd be great. Just, man, that case has really dragged me down, and I just feel like the entire game suffered for it. And you know what else? Even the second to last case that had to do with space kind of bored me. Remember when I said in my Xenoblade Chronicles X review that, like, anything to do with sci-fi or space, like, instantly just puts me to sleep? Like, that part of it, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, nope, what do we say? We're gonna have an open mind this year, we're gonna tackle on sci-fi. It's not even like it was sci-fi, but you know, anyways. So space. It was actually a really good case. Don't be discouraged. It was a good case, especially toward the end. Once shit picked up, it was on fire. The whole Dark Age of Law thing was awesome, like a really dark concept for kind of a lighthearted. I mean, I wouldn't say this game's entirely lighthearted as people are getting murdered left and right and we're trying to figure out who murdered them and why, but at the same time, how you figure it out's kind of comical just because the banter of the prosecutor, the defense attorney is kind of funny and the judge is a bimbo, so I just wish all the filler cases had like the Dark Age of Law theme going. I think that would have been like really cool instead of just one of the filler cases. But for real though, the interface was probably like the greatest thing about this game. The fact that you could see what you needed to do, like if you needed to present something or if you needed to go to a different location. The fact that they made the pacing better, the voice acting was awesome, the animated cutscenes were beautiful, even the whole 3D models, like they really upgraded this game and they went hard and they did a really great job with it. If you already played Phoenix Wright 1 through 4, you're already on the train, you might as well play this game and you know you're gonna play 6, so did you guys hear that Maya's back? You guys are the bomb for watching, and you guys already know, click the top box for more reviews like this and the bottom box for my Let's Play channel. Finally starting the genocide run in Undertale. This is probably my best Let's Play series yet, so be sure to check it. Thanks again for watching, and remember to subscribe. Bye!
Hold it!
Don't worry, I didn't forget. If you haven't played this game and you plan on playing this game, please close the video now because I'm getting into spoilers. If you don't care about spoilers and are going to play the game anyways, or have already played the game, then stick around because here's more thoughts. Okay, so I kind of ruined this for myself because I was watching some guys like top 5 surprising moments on Phoenix Wright or something, and I was on the last case, right? I was almost at the end of the very last case. It's like, I could watch this, and if I see anything about Phoenix Wright 5 Dual Destinies, I'll just pause the video, I'll just close it, right? And normally in like top 5, top 10 videos, there's normally some kind of like separation, like coming in at number 5 from Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies is, then I'll like pause it, but no, this did not do that. And that's kind of funny because I used to not do that in my videos, but now I do. But this guy was just like, all I saw was a picture of Detective Fulbright not looking like himself. Like he was on the stand and I was like, No. And at the last case, there's speculation of a spy, right? You have to understand, Detective Fulbright has been with you since the fucking beginning. And he's like this happy guy and like really cheery and all about justice. And he's so like, you would never suspect the guy, right? You would like never suspect the guy. It's not even like one of those things that like you would suspect like that guy's too nice. Like no, he just seemed like a genuine nice guy. Nope, he's a fucking killer spy. Because in Phoenix Wright 5, there was just like this whole, like I said, speculation of the spy and how the spy has no emotions and all this stuff. And it's funny because this game is all built on, you know, emotions and the mood matrix and all that stuff. So it was like, no, not Fulbright, no. Fulbright was just 100% off the fucking radar for me. But once I saw that video and once I saw the picture of Fulbright, like I started rethinking about what the case said, like the evidence that you saw, things that Fulbright said, things that other people said that Fulbright said. I was like, oh shit. Like yeah, Fulbright's a fucking detective. So like everything like just made sense. It clicked and I was like, he's the fucking killer. And you would never know. You would never fucking know. And for those who could call it before the game was like, hey, Detective Fulbright, good for you. You guys are fucking smart. Me? Nope, no fucking idea. Honestly, this makes me love Detective Fulbright even more. Like, I love villains. I am a villain kind of gal. I love, like, really good villains. Like, villains that you don't even know are villains until the last second. I was like, ooh! Like, he just got even cooler in my book. Because it's very rare that I like good guys. So that should have been a sign alone. If I really like a character, it's because they're bad. Huh. I learned something about myself today. And even after the fact you busted him, it was so deep. It was like he didn't even know his own identity. Bobby Fulbright, which was Detective Fulbright, the actual real person, Bobby Fulbright, has been dead for quite some time. So it turns out the spy has just been using this guy's identity. And it's just, how the case plays out was so good. But it was kind of a cathartic ending because you never actually saw his face. You never actually saw Fulbright's real face. And it was really frustrating, but God, that was so good. It was a good ending. It was definitely a good finale. For those who stuck around for my spoiler portion of this review, my question to you is, has there ever been a spoiler that has made you want to play a game or has made you want to continue playing a game? Like, for example, when I saw this whole Detective Fulbright thing, I wanted to continue this case because the case was kind of dragging on to me, but like, once I saw that, I was like, holy shit. Another game would be Undertale. I saw some spoilers with that and I was like, what? Like, I didn't know anything about the game at the time, and then I was like, I'm gonna play this game. Now I'm fucking obsessed with this game, like, holy shit. Video coming soon, I promise. Or on the flip side, are you just like, nope, don't spoil nothing, don't tell me nothing, I'll figure it out on my own, leave me the fuck alone with your goddamn spoiling ass. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Toodaloo.